Hi people, here's a short video showing you the probably best way of doing the puzzle in Mists of Tirna Scythe. Using this method, you sometimes won't even need to look at all the signs to know which one is the right one. Also, you only have to remember one sign and two numbers instead of 4 different signs. It might take you the length of this video to get the hang of it, but it will save you time when doing the dungeon. So, coming into a new cell, we get the first sign, which we know is wrong because that's the way we came from. What you want to do is remember this sign and then run and check the others. For each thing identical between the current sign and the first sign, you give it penalty points, or PP. The lower the points, the better it is. For example, say the first sign is flower nothing. The second sign is flower with color but no circle. This is identical in 2 ways to the first mark, meaning 2 PPs. Anything with 2 PPs can be discarded. It is guaranteed to be the wrong way. Next mark is a colorless flower with circle. That's 2 PP points yet again, meaning this cannot be the correct way either. Thus, the last one must be right, since the last one is leaf everything. It is the exact opposite to the first mark, meaning it has 0 PP points. Anything with 2 PP is guaranteed wrong, and anything with 0 PP is guaranteed right. So, if I were to have checked the left mark first, I wouldn't have had to look at any other marks whatsoever to figure out what would be the correct choice. In the next cell, we get a colored leaf without circle. First mark is flower nothing, so that's 1 PP. 1 PP means it might be right, and that there is one other way which also has 1 PP. Hence, it's a 50% chance. 2 1-pointers means there is also 1 2-pointer, which we know is wrong. When you have 2 1-pointers, you will need to compare all the marks to solve it, meaning you have to use the old standard method. Or you might have the weak aura, which can probably be found on a search engine, which will just tell you the correct answer. The benefit of using this method is that you won't always have to check all the signs. Sometimes checking only 2 signs will be sufficient if it turns out one has no PP. You also only need to remember the first mark and then at most 3 numbers, and maybe you don't use weak auras to begin with, in which case this would be a much better method than the, let's say, standard one. Okay, so why does this work? We're gonna get a bit technical, but I'll keep it short and sweet. I'll use zeros and ones to make more compact notation. 3 numbers in a row. First one states whether it's leaf or flower. Second, whether it's colorless or colored. And third, whether it's without circle or with circle. So 101 will be flower without color with circle. 001 will be leaf without color with circle. In total, there are 8 possible options, which would be these right here. When picking 4 of these, there cannot be any duplicates, nor can there be anything identical among all 4s. You'll never see 4 leaves in one cell, for example. So let's look at some of the numbers we had in the 6 cells in this run, which were these. Notice how the column with the unique mark of course will have a triplet of the non-unique mark. Meanwhile, the other 2 columns have 1 pair of zeros and 1 pair of 1s each. Because duplicates doesn't exist, the highest similarity 2 signs can have between each other is 2, or in other words, nothing can have more than 2 PPs. Any mark with 2 points must be part of the triplet and make one of the pairs in one of the 2 remaining columns with the first mark. For something to have 0 PPs, it of course cannot be part of the triplet and is therefore guaranteed to be the unique mark. Now, what about 1 PP? Well, the sign could then either be part of the triplet or form one of the pairs with the first mark. Therefore, both 1-pointers will have a 50% chance to be the correct choice. And so, that was my way of solving the puzzles in Mists of Tirna Scythe. I hope it'll help you. Remember to subscribe and like. I'll be back soon with another video. Until then, see ya!